All right, we are live with the one, the man, the myth, the legend, Angel Castillo. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
What's going on, Joe? Doing good, man. Feeling good.
Dude, thank you so much for hopping on. I know that you and I go way back, all the way to 2020. I guess that's
Yes,
like right when
sir.
COVID started.
Literally.
And just so everyone knows, Angel is now at like 50K a month. Is that right with your agency?
Yeah, last month we did 57.
57. I like that you made that specific. Definitely not 50. $57,000 a month. And was this a new agency that you started when you joined the program, like a new niche,
Um,
kind
it's the
of?
same agency, but I had pivoted. So yeah, I guess you could say that.
So you started in a whole new market and you scaled it from like zero clients in that market to 57K a month.
Yeah. In this new offer, yeah.
That's wild. So for those of you guys that don't know Angel, he goes way back with me. I actually started helping him in 2020 and he joined Agency Lab, but then he actually dropped out of Agency Lab. And then maybe like 6 months ago,
Something
in,
like that.
in 2022, you decided to rejoin, take it more seriously, really go through the content, but not only go through the content, but really take massive action. And now you have a $57,000 a month agency, which is wild. That being said, would you mind kind of sharing your story, like all the way back to 2020?
Yeah. 100%, man. So 2020, it's weird, man. I had a agency and we were focused on working with gyms and I had a business partner at the time. And then when COVID came, obviously all gyms were forced to shut down. So we were like, we lost all of our clients in like a week. And at the time we were probably like 10,000, maybe 15 grand a month
Mm.
working with gyms. And then, when we had to shut down the agency, it actually like ruptured the whole business partner stuff. So I had to like start a brand new agency from scratch at that point. And I don't know if I could say this in camera, but I did get one of those SBA like
We,
loans thing for
you're
the
definitely
business.
on camera, so
Well, it is what it is. I
this is
mean, I
gonna go
did
on
use it for
YouTube.
I did use it for the business. So I used the money for the actual purpose of it.
So you took out a
Um,
loan from the government.
yeah, I did. I
Was
did
that
in
like
20.
hard or was it like complicated or?
I mean, it was a little scary because I've never done that, and you don't really hear people talking about that as
Mm.
like being able to do that. But I know at the time it's like, dude, I was already living in Miami and we had like a little office and stuff. It's like, I got to figure this out. I can't just like move back to my mom's and live at zero. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. At the time, the SBA loans, you went through your process and this was a business loan and I used it for business purposes. And it was 24 grand that I got. The
And they just
first
wire you
thing
the money.
they did.
This is
Yeah.
dope. That's, by the way,
Yeah.
just a side note, that's so dope. Like the government literally has infinite amounts of money. They could just beep 24 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. They sent me 24. And I mean, I did use like my pay stubs and stuff from my previous company to show them, look, like we had this much revenue and
Mm.
then COVID happened and then nothing. But you have to show that you got hit by
But
COVID.
that still takes some guts and courage to be like, yo, I'm starting over again. I'm gonna go raise some capital from the government. So
Literally.
it's not even like an investor that you have to pay. Like this one, you got to pay back.
You do. Yeah. Because this wasn't one of the grants. That was another thing. There were grants going on where like you could not pay it back, but this one I have to pay it back. But anyways, did that, and then somehow, some way, we got connected over Messenger, and he started talking to me about the program. Chris Pichardo at the time talked to me about the program as well. I think he was in it. And then I was like, all right, well, I got 24 grand. Let's use part of that to join Agency Lab.
Mm.
So I did that. And I sent that money, literally half of what I got, something like that. Just went ahead and sent it to you guys to join your program. So I felt like, okay, this is my path. I'm going to do this. He has a lot of case studies and this and that. But in the middle of that, I got a gig with a really big marketing guy. I actually do not want to say his name on camera, but
It's all
he's
good.
huge. His
He's
agency
big, big,
did.
big entrepreneur. Most of you guys already know
Yeah, exactly. So got stuck into that. It was like a full-time position. I was like, all right, I kind of take it in. I
him. It
don't
was a
have that
full-time
many
job.
clients, basically. Yeah, remote still, but full-time job. So I got that. Still had a couple clients on the side, but because I was so focused on that and doing well there, I kind of dropped off of the agency world kind of. And that's where like I made the investment with you guys, but I did not take advantage of it. It was like for 3 months, I wasn't showing up to the calls, wasn't consuming the content, which is focusing on doing good at that position and then like getting some clients on the side and stuff. And then did that for the remainder of 2020, 2021. That partnership or that situation there, it went from like me being hired full time to then he hiring my agency. So at the time I had already had like a small team, and then now we're working with way more accounts and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing fine. You know, this guy is kind of, he's doing his thing. He's the one spending money on ads, hands me over clients for me to manage them, pays me for it. We're doing fine. And I think that was like one of my first mistakes, is that I relied on somebody else's growth for my business growth. I mean, at the time it worked, you know, it carried me for like a whole year where I didn't have to worry about ad spend or anything. But then when that relationship ended, then I'm like, all right, now what? All right, it's like, how do I get clients? And since I didn't learn that with you guys back then in 2020, I signed up again with you guys.
So let's stop right there for a second. And let me just recap. And then I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
So 2020, by the way, dude, you're so impressive. Like the fact that you took out a loan in the middle of COVID to say, I'm going to go all in because I don't want to go back to living with my parents. How old were you at that time? It's 2 years ago.
19, 20 years old, around there.
Dude, you're 19, 20 years old. You go, I'm going to take out a loan from the government, which I have to pay back because it's not like an investor where if you lose it, you'll lose it. It's like the government. And then you go, I'm going to go all in and invest it with a program to mentor me, to guide me, to coach me, to show me the way, which also takes courage. So you're all in. And then I guess what happens is you got the opportunity of a job. So you got, it's like what Kevin O'Leary says, like jobs are like the drug that keeps you hooked for life and keeps you comfortable. I always say like the most dangerous place to be is comfortable. So you probably had that opportunity and you stayed with it. Like you said, you try to grow with them, but ultimately you're still growing their business. And then you came back around, you're like, I'm going to join again. How did you have that thought process? Like, why were you like, yo, I'm going to join again? Like, what led you to that? Because a lot of people at that point, they're like, oh, I already know what the program's all about. Like, I already know the course content. I have access. Like, dude, there's so many people watching this that have torrented my program, or at least like a small piece of it, because now we have thousands of hours of new content. We update it every week. But what made the difference there in you actually getting the result? And then also what made the difference in you wanting to come back? If you had the information, if you had the course already.
Yeah, the biggest thing, honestly, and I saw this from the start, is the community you guys have. Forget the course, forget the videos, just that Facebook group, man. That Facebook group is worth thousands of dollars.
More.
So I knew that. Yeah, way more, way more. You know, like
$57,000 a month.
I got a little bit of a taste of it before I dropped with you guys, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And then, you know, you kept posting on Instagram about like the wins in the group and how the group was doing this and how this person was doing that. And then, you know, the whole Mexico mastermind thing you guys did. I followed Jared, saw, you know, the testimonials and videos from them. I'm like, dude, these guys are doing something. So I wasn't attracted. It was the community that brought me back, basically, literally. That was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I want to do this with a group of people that are all crushing it. And that's what it looked like from the outside. And it obviously is from the inside as well, which is why I joined.
So you were like, all right, I took the course, the information's great, but what I really need to go back this time and actually crush it and get out of this job that I've created for myself that I'm stuck in are a lot of like-minded entrepreneurs and the community that's going to push you to a whole new level. That's cool, man. And then what did you do differently the second time around? Because like you said, you went from, you went in, you learned some stuff, but then you went and got a job to then now you started on a brand new market and like 0 clients in that new market. Now you're 57K a month. What changed?
You know, and I have to credit that to you and obviously that job that I had. It's the belief in paid ads, because in the past, that agency that I had when I had that job, it was doing like 25K a month. And I wasn't spending any dimes on ads. But working with him, I saw how you could really scale a business with paid ads. And I know that's what you guys preach. It's like, dude, like get paid ads going, get paid ads going. So because I had the, real life practice from working with this huge agency of how they use paid ads, and then you guys reminded me again, I was like, okay, this time around, I want to spend money on ads. And, it wasn't like I was floated in cash or whatnot. But I was like, okay, I'll start with like $50, $100 a day and see what we could do from there. And that was in February of this year when I launched our paid ads for like our own acquisition at our client stuff. So that was like a big change. It's just, I started spending money on ads for a fact. That's big.
Did you take more action the second time around? Like, I know you said you rejoined because of the community, but like, what else changed? Because I think this is a really good opportunity for everyone watching to learn. You went through the program the first time and the information is great, obviously, but information is not the sauce. The sauce is the coaches that push you. The sauce is the community that pushes you. The sauce is seeing all these people that are crushing it. And you're like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And then it forces you to take action. So like from your perspective, tell me more about, I know you said paid ads, which is awesome. And I'm going to ask you a little bit more about that in a second, but like what else changed inside of you? What else did you do differently?
I think at the time you guys had a competition as well. I don't know if it wasn't a win or die. It was another competition, one that was like a 6-week one. So when I joined, one of the videos that was posted on the Facebook was like, go watch this video and then come in like once you're back. And I saw the video, and the video was talking about this competition, the new norm was the competition. So I was like, okay, like now I got a new mission. Like not only am I going to take action, I got the content, there is a mission in place for me right now. And it's to like crush this new norm competition. So that was another thing that pushed me in it. And then this one, dude, I think a lot of people could relate to it. And me thinking in retrospect, I'm seeing that as a reason, but because of the way that that relationship ended or whatnot with that big guy, it showed me I had this like inner drive to just crush it. Like it's a matter of like my business again was dependent on this other person. And once I saw that was over, it was just a weight of like, bro, I'm going to shove it down your face type thing. It's a weird like negative energy, but I use that
it's dark
to
energy.
Push me.
It's that. Dude, all the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, influencers, celebrities in the world use dark energy. Like Tim Grover talks about in his book, Winning. Like, dark energy isn't bad. It's only bad when it owns you, when it controls you. But if you can control the dark energy, it's powerful.
So that was part of that, man. It was just like, you know what? Screw it. I know what I got to do. I got to join this community. I got to follow what these guys do. I got this competition. Screw what happened in the past. Like it's on me now. So let's go. Let's roll.
So it sounds like there's a few changes. Number one, you were like, I'm going to really take advantage, not just of the course, but of the community. So for example, things like our quarterly competition. Once a quarter, we do a big competition. You're like, I'm going to take advantage of all these things to push me. Then it was also you committing to paid ads, which is at the foundation of what we teach. We have coaching calls for paid ads. We literally release new ads as often as we need to, like with all the latest ads that are working right here, right now. I just did an offer workshop on Monday, breaking down new offers that are working literally right now. So you took advantage of that and you went all in on paid ads to create scale. But it seems like third of all, you really had the mindset and you were finally all in. It seems like you finally were like, fuck it, I'm going to win or die. I'm literally going to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Yeah, man. It's a good summary of what's different between now and 2020. 100%.
Cool, man. How has your life changed? And then after that, let's talk about more like tactical stuff. But how has your life changed? How going from 0 to 57K a month, that's pretty like, that must feel good. And that like, and I know for a fact, like I already should print out your 100K a month award because
it'll come. It's coming for sure.
Actually, Angel, I put the order in, bro.
It's gonna happen.
I already
Good
ordered
stuff.
it. So you
Love it.
gotta hit it.
Time hasn't caught up yet, man, but it's already done. So it's all good. It's all good. That's validation.
So what that confidence though, like how does that change your life for you?
Dude, the biggest thing it's given me is being able to, how can I word it? Just actually take joy from hitting these numbers. Because I'll give you this. November of last year, I hit a $40,000 month. I wasn't with you guys and I wasn't doing paid ads. And it actually felt like crap. And that was my best month to date. Back then. Now it's better, obviously. But back then, that was like my best month was 40 grand. And I felt like crap because I was like, dude, there's no way that I could replicate this. This was all luck. This was a whole bunch of referrals coming in at the right time. That other guy scaling his stuff at the right time. So I'm like, this is great, but it actually like put more burden on me because now it's like I have this high ceiling to hit, but I have no way of hitting that.
You're like, oh shit, how am I going to repeat this next month?
Exactly. And now with the paid ads, with the right mindset, with the right team, with everything that we got going on, I could actually like savor this 50K. And I'm like, dude, yes, we did that. And next month we could do that and we could do better and we could continue to go because now all the right pieces are the right pieces are in the right place essentially. And it's giving me that confidence to actually enjoy, reap the rewards of what we're doing. So to me, that's like way more valuable than the monetary aspect of I hit $57,000.
Dude, absolutely. It seems like before the ceiling was 40K a month and now the floor is 57K a month. That's just like the baseline.
And it's not like, oh yeah, we did that so we could do it again. It's like, no, we know the numbers. We could track everything down to the penny. We know exactly what needs to happen in the business, numbers wise, appointments wise, for us to get there. It's not luck anymore.
That's cool, man. And you talked about savoring the moment. Are you like, what are you doing with your money? Are you investing it? Are you saving it? Are you like hooking up your family? Like, what are you doing?
A little bit of both. Yeah, it's definitely with my family. So we bought some ATVs for the summer. I'm up here in Jersey.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So I live in Miami, but my family and stuff is in Jersey. So
how many ATVs did you buy?
2.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so we bought some and then we've been going riding, and so that's something that my dad and my brother and I used to do when we were back in DR. That's where I come from when we were like 10, 12. So being able to do that again here, it feels great. So in that part, it's been great. I've been out here in Jersey for like a month and I'm just spending time with my family. Obviously still working, but spending time with them and taking them out and stuff. So that's been great. That most of the money, apart from that, obviously, is going to reinvest it back on the team. So I hired 2 people that have been key to our growth now. So definitely using a lot of that to just build a better / stronger structure around what we do. And that was one of the things that I got from you guys in the event in Costa Rica. Just having that core team. I think it was Sergio that said it. It's like, dude, I want to go to war with my friends and family, essentially. Like the people around you for it to feel like that and have really good quality people that care about what you do around you. You got to pay for that. And I'm not stingy at all. I saw the right people. I didn't hire out of like, oh, I need to hire people because I'm making more money now. It's just the business was needing those key individuals.
You just know that you need the team now to get to the next level. Like I say, to get to low 7 figures, it's about becoming a leader. To get to 8 figures, it's about becoming a leader of leaders.
Yeah.
Creating
so we're not on that second level yet, but we're thinking like it and we're putting the team together.
You gotta act as if,
There you go.
Act as if you're already there. Everyone says fake it till you make it. I'm like, no, fuck that. You got to act as if. That's different. I'm not telling you to lie. You told me the truth right now. You're like, yo, we're not there yet, but we're thinking that way. So that's the key.
100%. So that's it, man. Those are the 2 things. And obviously spending more money on ads, right? Because ads have been the ones that are getting us the leads and stuff. So spending more money on ads, spending more money hiring people to better our systems and stuff like that, better the relationship with the client. So that's what we've been doing.
Love it, man. Well, I'd love to ask you some more tactical questions. So how did you get clients? Is it 100% paid ads? Like how did you, like when you went from 0 to 57K a month in a brand new niche, Was it just paid ads? How else did you get clients?
Yeah, strictly paid ads. All of these contacts
Every
come
single
from paid
one.
ads. Every single one. Yeah,
Like
we're now rolling out a referral.
What were you gonna say?
I said we're now rolling out a referral program, but till now, these are all clients from paid ads. People that didn't know me before they saw my ad, and now they do, and now they're a client.
Damn, that's crazy. Like you told me you just closed a client right before this call. Paid ads?
Yeah, paid ads. She came in 3 days ago. We had a call this morning, and I just got the notification. I was gonna post it on Instagram before we went live that she signed a client. So I mean, she signed a contract.
That's awesome, man. That's
So,
cool. Yeah, paid ads goes nuts. What would you say to someone that thinks that they could do paid ads on their own, like without a coach, without having that support system, without for example, you and I worked on squeezing the juice out of paid ads and implementing some things. Like, what would you say to someone that's trying to do this blindly?
unless you're rich already, you're gonna waste a lot of money on ads. That's if you try to do it on your own, dude. Because the thing is, like, people think ads is targeting, putting some images up, and then people are gonna roll in. And it's way more than that. Like the actual media buying process of setting up a campaign, that's like 20%
That's
of the
easy part.
equation. Yeah, that's easy.
That you could just watch in a video.
Literally, it's the offer, the guarantees, and how you come into the market, and then the optimization and what you do once you have the fleece. It's like if you don't have all these other key pieces in place, ads by themselves are nothing. Ads by themselves is a waste of money, honestly. You could use that money somewhere else. If you don't have all the other pieces, you're very hard for it to work. Very
Absolutely. I think a lot of people with paid ads think they're just going to turn on, get appointments, and then boom. But the reality is, like, even beyond just the appointments, for example, when we ran ads for agencies, we got someone like 100 appointments within the first month, but they didn't have any sales skills. So it actually just exposed everything that they lacked in their business. And it's the same thing with our clients, right? When we run ads for them, if it's like I always say, if your marketing is too good and their business is too weak, it actually expedites their problems. It makes it even worse. So you need to have all these things dialed in.
You do
have, like, the nurturing process, the follow-up process, the sales process, being able to squeeze the juice out of every single dollar that comes in or that you spend on ads, and then every lead that comes in. So there's a lot, man.
Yeah, and what I would say, obviously, from the sound of that, it sounds overwhelming. You definitely do not have to have everything put in place before you launch the ads, but you should definitely have either the team, like you guys have, the coaches and stuff, to put that in place as you go. Because if you don't, then you're spending money that you will never get back, because it's never going to work. You will never get the return. So it's like, you obviously got to start somewhere, but to start with paid ads, make sure you have the people around you to help you build that vehicle as you go, because otherwise it won't lead anywhere.
Cool, man. Well, let's finish off with some rapid fire, and then I've got one final question for you. Let's just do some rapid fire first. If you have to get a client from scratch, starting all over again with zero social proof, zero experience, zero anything, you're brand new, soaking wet, beginner, green, no experience, what would you do?
Fast. Can I use paid ads?
Yeah, you can.
I would run paid ads, and I would do an offer like, you'll get X results for your money back and $1,000, something like that. An offer that people can say no to. I'll start there.
Cool. How would you do it without social proof or without case studies?
If you're confident, you could sell without any of those things. Because when I started selling this offer, I had no results in this offer. You don't need them.
All right, I have another rapid fire question for you. What would you say is the number one thing that took you from 0 to 57K a month that isn't paid ads?
It's gonna sound so cliche, but it's mindset. So cliched, I know, and I cringe saying it, but I tried it in the past and I didn't get there because I didn't have the right mentality around what I needed to do. So
why do you think most people that sign up for courses end up failing, even though the information is the same for those that do succeed?
Lack of implementation is basically what it is. They're hoarders for information and just keep taking it in and never putting into action. So the information never actually takes off. It's just doesn't, yeah, you can't see results if you don't implement it. I think that's the biggest thing.
What would you say is the number one skill people starting out need to learn in order to get to the next level?
If it's for ads, knowing how to create offers, because that'll get the ball rolling. If you know how to create offers, how to talk to your ideal clients and get them to click on your ad at the minimum, you could get stuff going and you'll figure out the rest. But that's going to be very key for sure.
I like that answer. Normally people say sales or marketing, creating offers.
Who you're going to sell if you can't get people in? And how do you get people in? It's through offers, right? So it's like the backtrack of that. So yeah, I think offers is like one of the most important things. If you can't create offers, your marketing sucks. If your marketing sucks, you won't get leads. If you don't have leads, you have no one to sell.
All right, rapid fire. What's the best offer that you've created or that you've ran that you don't mind sharing? So pick one that you feel good sharing. It could be an old one.
Actually, I don't care, man, because we have. I could share the current offer that we have right now. It doesn't matter. So it's for coaches. So that's who I work with. And at the basics of it, obviously I could give you the bells and whistles, but at the basics of it is our coaches are going to make their full investment back in 60 days. I will refund them everything and give them $1,000 for wasting their time. So insert your niche, insert whatever it is you're promising on
and
that.
You're doing done for you services.
Yeah. So I'm running their ads, I'm creating their offers, and then kind of coaching them through with the sales aspect of it.
If you had to hire your first team member, who would that team member be?
Wow, that's a good one, because there's so many things that get done in my business without me right now.
My answer for this one has changed over the years, by the way.
I bet, right? If I needed to hire my first team member, it'll either be like a project manager or a virtual assistant or stuff. Because when you're starting out, you're doing so many things that need to get done, but don't move the needle forward. So I think that would be like the first thing that I would hire, somebody that could start taking up some of the workload that I'm creating for myself as I sign up clients, so I could focus on signing up more clients and the clients get service. So yeah, it would be a virtual assistant or like a project manager or something, so they could start getting things rolling.
You know, I've coached you, so you might have some insights to this question, but what would you say from your perspective is the number one thing holding you back from 100K a month besides time? Because I know it takes time. And I know that literally you could just be doing more of what you're already doing, and it just is a matter of time. But what would you say is the number one thing to get you to that 100K a month mark from your perspective?
Could be two things. They're like, they work with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong.
Okay. So the first thing is introducing a upsell to our current offer. Our current offer, like you guys heard, is 60 days. Right. So making sure that I have a program in place and I'm already nurturing the clients for that program. So as soon as the 60-day program is over, essentially, yeah, that's going to help us increase the LTV, and it's going to help me get more closes, more revenue. So that'll be number one. Number two is squeezing the juice out of my paid ads. So right now, you know, we get tons of leads because we're spending a good amount of money on ads, but not every lead books right away. So there has to be a process in place to either nurture these people, to try to get them back into the appointment, into the calendar. So building, I guess they both are around backends, right? So backend offers and then backend system to do
nurture.
Yeah, and that's actually going to give me more output from the same input that I have now with ads. So those are the two things.
I got two final questions for you. Number one, you said that mindset is like huge, really, to succeed. And I know you went through the program at first, didn't get the results, and you came back with the right mindset and crushed it. Someone asked me yesterday, what separates those that win with the program from those that don't? And I said to him, like, the information is the same for everyone. What separates the one who does from the one who doesn't is, number one, their mindset. And then number two, how much they take action on the information. Because that I can't force people to do. If they don't really want it, that's on them. That being said, what would you say is your number one piece of mindset advice? What would be like if you had to give, or I can ask it a different way. If you had to give advice to the Angel from 4 years ago or 3 years ago, when you were just starting in your journey, what mindset advice would you give him?
This is gonna be tainted by that dark energy, but to me it would be like, make it personal.
Mm.
We all have this like, oh, I want to be rich. I want to have a Lambo. That's not personal. That's like everybody else's influence of what success should be. But because you don't make it personal, you don't make like that inner battle of like what it is you're fighting for, that stuff doesn't drive you. The Lambos, the cars, the 100K plaque, none of that stuff will drive you when it matters. It hypes you up, which is cool. But when it matters, when things are not going well, it won't hype you up.
Bro, I fucking love that.
So,
love that shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I mean, I've said this publicly. I don't really care. It's part of who I am. I had some dark shit growing up. And I had some like really bad experiences growing up, and it created a fire within me. And for the first few years in business, I was a savage because I had something to prove. And then I went to therapy, and now I'm chill. I'm like, now I'm more relaxed, which is good. I think longer term, you don't want, again, you want to learn how to tap into the dark energy and have access to it. You don't want to be controlled and owned by it. And before, like, there was times where it would own me and I would make the wrong decisions and I would use it the wrong ways. But what's funny though, is you're right, man. At the beginning, if you can tap into that dark energy, it's going to create more drive, more focus, more intensity, more of a desire to win than anything else.
Really, it's really that, because you need purpose, right? You got to take like purpose-driven actions, right? It's like, should I watch his show or should I watch this video about Joel on how to get more appointments? Like that's like a purposeful decision, right? You got to make that decision with a purpose. And if you don't make it personal, there's no way that there's nothing to look back and look at, is this aligned with the purpose or whatnot? If your purpose is to show to your ex-girlfriend that like you are the guy that she lost and you are this, it'll make you do that, you know? Did she lose the guy that's just chilling and watching Netflix, or did she lose the guy that's up at 2 a.m., you know, taking action in his business? Like,
yes,
which one is it? You know what I mean? It's like, so once you make it personal, the decision-making process that allows for success becomes a lot easier. But you got to make it personal. It cannot be this weird 100K at 20 years old and Lambos. It cannot be any of this fluff.
I
cannot.
Feel you so much, man. That's some of the best mindset advice I've even heard. That's fucking amazing, bro. I agree 1,000%. And it's funny because shit used to be so much more personal for me, and I worked through some of those issues, and now like I have to kind of mentally like, you know how Michael Jordan talks about how at the end of his career he picked fights with people that weren't even real. I don't know if you remember in the documentary, he talks about how he would like manufacture these dilemmas with people and this drama with people. And then they would interview the people and then they'd be like, I never got into an argument with Michael. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's what he needed.
So like, that's where I'm moving towards. Like, how can I manufacture the dark energy?
Yeah.
But if you have it, use it, man.
So that's that. I think that for anybody that's not, 50 grand or whatever, like it's there. Like that's the beginning, that's the root. And the first like 10 grand, like they said, is like one of the hardest. Like if you don't make it personal, you will never get past that ceiling. You will never. You could get lucky 1 month and maybe get a couple clients that just wanted to give you money. But to consistently do that and push through the hard times, if you don't make it personal, no way in hell you're getting past. And it's nothing you could tell them, Joel. That's going to help them get there if they don't take it personal.
That's cool, man. I agree. All right, last question. What would you say to someone that's on the fence of joining Agency Lab? What do you say?
I mean, is it? I think it's obvious, but like, dude, obviously, like, make the jump and take it personal, because you could be the angel from 2020 that made the jump and didn't take it personal and essentially didn't get any results, right? Don't be the angel from 2020. Make the jump, but take it personal. You could actually reap it. You can reap the rewards from it. So yeah, if anybody's thinking about it, dude, what these guys have created, I mean, I've been part of some big masterminds because of the guy that I used to work with. There is no community around them like the one that these guys have created. Alec, Jasmine, all these really good coaches that are like the extension of Joel and like mini Joels, and they're their mini own brains too with their own techniques and stuff. I don't think there's any other program out there that has this type of community. So just don't sleep on it. Find a way to make it happen. In 2020, I got a loan from the business to make it happen. So don't use the excuse of not having any money to not make it happen. Make it happen one way or another, and then take it personal.
Bro, I love that, man. Angel, like I said at the very beginning, you are the man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate you. I will see you at 100K a month. I already got
Soon,
your
brother.
award ready.
Heck
So
yeah.
I don't know what to say if I see you next time and then you're like, oh, I don't know what to do because I haven't hit it yet. You got to hit it.
It won't happen, dude. What the heck? That's not a reality. That's not the reality. It will. It's coming for sure. And then we could do another video back then. But thank you so much, man, for having me. Appreciate you. And
where can people find you if they want to follow you? I know you're on social media and you're going to be
Yeah.
a crazy successful entrepreneur. Any plug you want to make? Now's the time.
Yeah, you guys could follow me on IG. I wish my handle was easier, but it got stolen. Angel Castillo, just like you guys see it here. _official. My other Instagram got hacked at like 13K. So just follow me here.
Yo,
Angel Castillo.
how do we know the other one isn't the real one?
I looked it up and either they have me blocked
gone.
or it's like it's gone, but I don't see it. But Angel Castillo _official. Send me a message, and if I talk to you about crypto, then that's not me.
There it
I'm
is.
I'm not gonna ask you to send me money for crypto. So yeah, just follow me there. I think that's the only. They're on TikTok. It's the same handle.
Cool, man. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
See ya. Peace out.